Hello and welcome to my channel. In this video, we will discuss about the action of the homeopathic remedies and the vital force in the context of chakra. So a long times ago, I used to think that, like everybody else, that my body considered of what I saw in the mirror. Now I know of the illness and the absence of the healing or the balance occurring as a result of allopathic drugs. The light eventually drained on me that the allopathic drugs were never going to make me better because the problem was not at physical plane. So in this video, we will discuss about the dynamics of the interface of the human body with the homeopathic medicines. So I will first begin with the two diagrams. These two diagrams are of what we don't see in the mirror when we look at our body. It is a good idea to appreciate that this is what a human being truly is. So the first diagram, as you can see here on the screen, is the real human body. And the second diagram will be outside, that is a subtle body, or inside the Caduceus, chakras and the nadis. So let's talk about it. So as all homeopaths know that it is the information or the energetic body that needs to be healed first. Then concomitantly the physical body will be healed. These pictures shown the all indivisible. The trinity of the body must be recognized for healing to occur. The black and white diagrams shows the 7 horizontal planes of existence that emanate from the 3 central vertical channels, and these are the subtle bodies of the causal, willpower, you can say, mental, astral, or you can say emotional, etheric, physical, that is solid, liquid and gas bodies. The diagram of the Caduceus shows the 7 vertical planes of the existence, which are the 7 chakras. Chakras literally means wheel of the light. These vertices of the energy or the light work as the step-down transformers of the vital force. Here, vital force is a spiritual force which exists in the human body. The vital force enters the body via the crown chakra, that is the 7th chakra in the human body, and is the conduit for life itself. It descends down from the crown chakra via the coral central channel that rests within the inner chamber of the spinal column, that is spinal cord. This column is called as the Sushma, which means the very blissful. The 2 other major energy channels, or you can say the nadis, are Ida and Pengla. Here the Ida is represented by the white snake and Pengla will be represented by red snake. So I will be discussing these more later, and these 2 diagrams are also highlighted the fact that it is not only the physical body that has differences. For example, hair and the eye color, height, weight, facial features, but also that there are also energetic differences in each individual. These differences takes the form of both the vertical planes of the body, that is chakras, and the horizontal plane of the body, that is energy bodies. With this means is that each person has a particular chakras pattern, with some chakras being more open and thus more functional than others, and some chakras being totally closed. Similarly, a person may have a different level of power and clarity in their energy bodies. Let's take for instance, a person may have a strong emotional body but a weak mental body, or a strong causal body but a weak emotional body. And also the Ida and the Pengla nadis can be either weak or strong in their flow pattern, or if either they are blocked in the flow of the energy due to different closed or the blocked chakras. So all this information is total body really consists of. So why we are talking about this here? We are talking about this because when a homeopathic remedy is taken, due to its vibrational nature, it is able to reach the central core of our being. That is the Sushmana. This energy channel then radiates out the energy of the homeopathic medicines to the two nadis, that is Ida and Pengla, of the subtle and the physical body. The energy is transmitted via the crystalline and the water system of the physical body and via the liquid crystalline structure of the etheric fluidium of the subtle body. On the vertical plane, the remedy is ingested by each of the 7 chakras, and the degree of absorption by the chakra is determined by the degree of openness or development of that particular chakra. Each person has different degrees of chakra development. Also, different medicines have an affinity for a particular chakra. So, just like we know that homeopathic remedies have an affinity for which organ system? For example, homeopathic medicine Calendula officinalis, it has a particular affinity for the skin. So, it has a basic sphere of action on dermatology. Second homeopathic medicine, that is Digitalis, it has a very renowned effect for the circulation. So, this mainly has action on the heart, or simply you can say hemopoietic system. And third medicine is Califos. So Califos is also a homeopathic medicine and it has a chief action on the nervous system. That means it has a very powerful action on the brain of the human beings. So we can learn the chakras affinity for the homeopathic remedies. For example, there is Lycopodium, there is Stephysagria, there is Cuprum group for the solar plexus, that is a third chakra, and Aurums, Ignitia, Lorocerosus, Nitromuraticum for the heart chakra, that is the fourth chakra in the human body. So here is a sample of the first two chakras and their affinities, and the full list is available that we will provide in another video. So let's talk about the 2 chakras in brief. So from another perspective, we can also see in the image of the Caduceus above 3 vertical columns. These represent the nadis, that is simply you can say pipes of the vital force. And there are approximately 72,000 nadis in the human body, of which only 14 nadis are majorly important and 3 of the utmost importance. That is Ida, Pengla and Sushma. So as I have already said that nadis are the energetic channels that run in the human body, and in all living beings they carry the vital force, which is a life existing force, and they are comprised of the 2 opposing channels, that is Ida and Pengla. And these 2 energetic channels spiral up the central column called Sushmana, that is a golden central column, meaning the useful bliss, as I have already said. And the channels conclude at the left, that is Ida, and right at Pengla nostrils. This has a functional purpose because as we take a breath, the prana, that is the life force energy in the atmosphere, is taken up through the nostril, through the nose, and into the Ida and the Pengla channels, thus supplying the energetic body with a constant source of life force, that is prana. If we have no breath, we have no life. The air we breathe is not nothing. It is something. It contains not only oxygen, but it also the prana of the universe, which sustains all living beings. This is because breath is a life. It is a life force, or you can say energy. So breath is also consciousness. So the three columns of the nadis represent the three original universal principles of energy, light and matter. So according to Vedic philosophy, these are the three forces, that is sattva, rajas and tamas, that governs our physical world and are the three strands from which the material universe is woven. Sattva is energy, rajas is a light, tamas is a matter. So these three qualities are called gunas. So gunas basically means strings, or simply you can say single thread or a strand of a cord or twine. So each of these universal about the nadis, that is pipes in the human body, the channels in the human body. So we will talk about them in an elaborated manner in order to make it to you understandable. So as I have already said, there are mainly three main nadis in the human body, that is Sushma, Ida and Pengla. So we'll talk about them now. So the word nadi, that also comes from the Sanskrit root word called nad, which means a motion, or you can say vibration. So from an energetic viewpoint, the understanding of the nadis and their relationship to the chakras is imperative for a full comprehension of how the Caduceus operates. So just as a physical body has a collection of physical channels ranging from the major channel of the gastrointestinal tract to the subtle channel of the nervous system, so does the subtle body has the channels that carry energy. These energies channels are called as nadis. So first nadi we have is Sushma Nadi. So this is the most important or the central of the nadis. It corresponds to the central spinal canal of the physical body and to the mode of sattva, that is purity and the goodness. It controls all the functions of the chakras that are strung like beads on a string upon it. This nadi is the energy flow of the entire mental field or the stream of consciousness itself. The Sushmana can be viewed as a conduit for the psychic energy direct from the manufacturer, that is God, pure consciousness, the individual consumer, that is mental and the physical planes of the human body on this earth. So this was all about the first nadi, that is Sushmana. Now we'll talk about the second nadi, that is Ida. So this nadi is one of the pair of the central nadis that entwine themselves in a figure of 8 fashions, one on the top of the another around the central. Sushmana, Ida and the Pengla are similar in concepts to the Chinese idea of yin and yang energies, the pair of the opposite that externally themselves and which cannot exist in isolation. They describe the state of transition and are only in the balance for a moment in time. The Ida Nadi starts its journey from the base of the spine and it ends at the left nostril. Ida has feminine, cooling, soothing, watering qualities and is indrawn in its nature. It is perceived as a silvery whiteness of the moon and is also known as a lunar nadi because it has relation with the moon. It corresponds with the guna and universal quality of the tamas. Now third nadi is Pengla. So this nadi is the twin of Ida. It also arises at the base of the spine and moves from side to side, from chakras to chakra and ends at the right nostril. Pengla has masculine, fiery, dry, stimulating, active qualities and is outgoing at its nature. It corresponds to the Rajas guna of a passion and action, energy of the sun, and is also known as the solar nadi. Ida and the Pengla are deeply potent energy systems. And other 11 main nadis are also responsible for the left brain, right brain dominance, that is rational or the logical. A nadi can be perceived as somewhat like an electrical cable that carries the electricity of the vital force along its circulation. The fact that there are mainly 3 nadis because the number 3 represents the 3 primal qualities or the threads from which the universe is woven. These 3 qualities are sattva, that is balancing, harmonizing, saturation, neutral, and Sushma Nadi. And second guna is rajas, which represent external heat, activity, outward focus, passionate, male, and Pengla Nadi. And third guna is tamas, which represents internal cooling, inertia, inward focused, physical processes, female, and Ida Nadi. So the qualities of the tamas and the rajas represent the yin and the yang energy of the universe. The polarities that are in constant play and ever attempting to find balance and harmony. So when these 2 polarities come into balance, then the vital force is able to be conducted in the Sushma Nadi and the harmony. Here I propose that when a homeopathic medicine is taken, the activity of the well-chosen remedy is to restore balance so that the Sushma Nadi is the governing Nadi and not Ida or the Pengla. The Caduceus is also a symbol for healing. In the human body, the 3 gunas are represented in the 3 main energetic channels, as I have already said. So when the vital force, that is a life governing force within the nadi, is interfered with by another vibration of energy, it becomes imbalanced at the point where it is interfered with. Thus, the imbalance can occur in any of the 4 subtle bodies. This imbalance manifests in the nadis as either a refraction of the energy or compression of the energy. Now, what is refraction of the energy? So, refraction of the energy means lowering of the density of the vital force within the nadi or hypofunctional states. Here we can visualize the coils of a spring becoming further apart. And second is the compression of energy. Now, what does it mean? So, it means increase in the density of the vital force within the nadi or hyperfunctional states. So to explain this further, I have designated the table below explaining the 3 possible energy states of the vital force, that is a life governing force within a nadi. So it can be proven, therefore, the disease is a manifestation of an imbalanced vital force, that is a pran, within the subtle energy channels, that is nadis of the body, and that the nature of this imbalanced vital force is dependent upon the type of effect that the opposing force has on the waveform of the vital force, that is refractory effect and compressed effect. So seen in this light, we can see that the external influence that impact on the nadis of the body are of a vibratory nature. And external influences such as living conditions, working conditions, family relationship, toxic chemicals, cigarettes, and each type of substance that is ingested, all are a type of gunas, vibrations that can, if of a strong or the sufficient duration, interfere with the vibration of the vital force within our nadis and instigate disease. And internal exciting causes can be seen as congenital or inherited abnormalities, that is, including miasmatic states, psora, psychosis, and syphilis. In the utero states, the aging process, hormonal changes, mental or the emotional states, all these predisposing conditions have a certain vibratory frequencies that exerts their subtle influence on the nadis, again producing imbalance. Or simply, another important component of the subtle body is the ethereal fluidium, The ethereal fluidium is a subtle fluid that can be linked to the connective tissues of the subtle body. This etheric fluid is located throughout the body, especially in the red blood cells, that is RBCs. The organs that store it are the colon, lymph nodes, skin, and the stomach. So when any vibrational medicine is taken, be it gem elixir or homeopathics or flower essences, this etheric fluid is enhanced and it acts as a carrier of the vibrational medicine through the energetic framework of the Caduceus. It can do this because it uses the properties of the liquid crystals to transmit and to communicate the healing energy of the remedies by the sattvic gunas, harmonizing principles of the life. The Claudius symbol is the map of the energetic body. It is our energy skeleton. From my perspective, I think it is imperative that homeopaths and all healers comprehend its operations. If a therapist truly imbibes the wisdom contained in this symbol, the process of healing will come much more. This information about energetic anatomy at its relation to the homeopathy. When we understood how the body operates energetically, as represented by the Caduceus, we can begin to true masters of our wonderful art of science, that is homeopathy. So that's all in this video. We have discussed about the action of the homeopathic medicines and the vital force in the context of the chakras and the nadis. So that's all for today. See you guys in our next video. Till then, stay connected with us for more videos like this. Don't forget to subscribe and comment below, and yes, press the bell icon for more updates. Stay safe and stay healthy, and yes, thanks for watching this video.